There we go. Hey, look at us. We did it. No, that's the other show. I'm gonna say that. Hi, I'm Tom. This shit's crooked as hell. Sorry for being on here late, even though technically we're early. This is Off the Grid, special start time for this evening, where we watch weird wrestling I found on the internet every couple Sundays every month. Hello to everybody in the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club. Thank you for putting up some of my issues tonight. A lot of issues. I'm gonna kind of rush through things because we need to get going. Because I gotta get going. Yeah. So big news. We're doing a short stream tonight because I have to get off of here a little after 9 o'clock. So tomorrow we're doing another stream. The 2 off the grids in 24 hours. So we'll have fun with that. Some more in NAWA. Also, shout out to the members of the Weirdo Empire, aka our YouTube members, who have thrown down some money to help out the channel. I'm choking on my own vomit. I'm vomiting. But anyway, Not Quite Wrestling, the members only stream, returns this coming Sunday, maybe Monday. I got another schedule doohickey I got to deal with. Yeah, so it might be Sunday, might be Monday. Either way, that's what's going on. But again, only thing you have to worry about this week, we got a bonus stream tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Fuck you, New York. Anyway, we gotta get going. We're gonna watch the NAWA. We watched the NAWA last year. It was weird. We're gonna watch some more. We're gonna watch 2 episodes of it tonight and 2 episodes tomorrow. But we need to get moving. Let's go. All right. And thank you so much to everyone hanging out tonight, showing up early and dealing with my tardiness. Shoulder's doing a bit better, still hurts, not doing great, but doing well enough that I was back on the yoga mats this weekend.
This is what it's all about. This is what the battles will be fought.
Look at that belt. Also, love you too, Benji. Yankee Hawk, I just answered that a second ago. It's doing better. Doing better. Ricky Steamboat, ready to go to a parent-teacher conference. Ryan, not another wrestling association, that is correct. No commercials tonight, unfortunately. No commercials.
To come in here and try and win that belt during the tournament. Seen Robert Fuller in here walking.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Zach. I'm so sorry to hear you are both injured and sick, but hey, we got some stream. Look at that! Look at that.
I know you're a crowd favorite around here.
Jibber jabbering.
That don't mean nothing to me. Now there's a big tournament coming up in Winston-Salem.
He looks like he's late for a meeting. He is cool boss.
Crowd favorite or not, you might come up against the Tennessee Stud, and that's when
I think Ricky Steamboat ever tried to arm drag Robert Fuller's wiener.
Later, what I'm talking about, I'm not just all talk.
Well, you know, you just mentioned the fact that the belt has drawn some of the biggest names in professional wrestling into the
Just think about it. Robert Fuller's wiener is so big, it probably has an elbow, which means you could totally arm drag it.
And everybody knows what I'm talking about. They get up here and put somebody down.
I think I'm going to start dressing like that, too.
Interview time, and just like to show everybody really what they're really like.
Ted with two D's, as opposed to Robert Fuller with one big D.
Take me down. Well, come on, brother. Anytime, anywhere.
Come on, brother. I love when Ricky Steamboat says brother because he doesn't have like an accent, so it doesn't sound like a wrestler saying brother.
We've got a lot of action in store for you right now. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer.
What's the story behind NASA? I'm not a big space guy.
This is tag team action in the ring at this time. Weighing 230 pounds from Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Look at the little boy dressed like a middle-aged car salesman.
His partner weighing 260
oh shit.
pounds from Galax, Virginia, Gary Simone.
Gary Simone, that's me. Listen, folks. If I were to become a wrestler, I would be Gary Simone. Oh, NAWA. Like George Scott and Paul Jones. This is their thing. After George Scott got left in the dust after he had his booking run. WCW. Not stop Eddie Gilbert. Alright, the American Pitbulls, for those of you who don't know, or the American Bulldogs, these are the Pitbulls. Hello, Liz. I know what hola means. I got a D- in Spanish in high school.
No doubt about it. They can go downtown. In the ring right now is Lee Ramsey.
Lee Ramsey, look at this guy.
Against Rex.
Lee Ramsey looks like an improv comedian doing a wrestling character in a bit. Doing like a bit about a wrestling character. Oh, I thought you were talking about Lee Ramsey.
I'm certainly familiar with Ron Fuller and some of the tactics he's deployed in the past, and I would like to apologize for him cutting in on your time there at the beginning of the program, Rick.
Yes, so this is too good of a ring for Off the Grid. This is like a professional ring. I'm disappointed by how good this ring is.
The referee for this event, is Byron Richard.
Byron Richard?
Yes,
I know hola means hello or hi.
Everywhere I go, people talk to me about the big tournament.
¿Cómo estás? Más o menos today. I know that because we had to, every day in Spanish class, we had to say how we were doing in Spanish, and that's the one I learned.
That contract was signed just recently.
You know something, Ted? You got a guy right there that tries to take
Vinny Gilbert. Black Mega Man, thank you for becoming a member. What the hell? He just figured out the counter for the double hip toss. You just walk.
Again, I apologize.
Oh!
Ramsey is stunned. Spike into the ring right now, has him up for a full body slam. Whoa!
You think they have like was it Spike and Fido or whatever their names were?
They're quick for guys as big as they are.
They are too. You know, there's no doubt about. They've got a lot of.
They had to have a real goofy like idea of what they wanted to do in the WWF. If they ever got the shot. Here we go. I'm in the ring now.
Gary Simone in there.
Gary Simone.
Nice arm drag takedown.
Hey, I take a good arm drag.
Nice arm drag again, and a nice arm twist and pressure being applied by Spike. The American Bulldogs are certainly a team to watch for that tournament for the tag team title for the North American Heavyweight.
I used to know how to ask where to go to the bathroom.
I believe they're one of the favorites.
Thank you, Liz. I'm hoping someday to go to Arena Mexico. I want to see a Friday Night CMLL show there. So if I ever do, I will hit you up. Definitely. Yes, this was too good, Zach. And then that guy walked through the double hip toss. It's like Off the Grid, baby. Yeah, could you imagine fucking up an arm drag with Ricky Steamboat in the locker room?
But as long as one guy gets in and gets out before the referee reaches the 5 count.
That'd be like if you were eating dinner with Kobayashi and you were like squirting ketchup and got under your shirt.
Like he needs to do a few sit-ups.
Yeah, he needs to do a couple. You ought to get him out there to that gym you have out in Charlotte, North Carolina, and put him through a few of those routines.
Ted, I appreciate the plug. Yeah, we've got some good people.
Appreciate the plug.
A lot of people get a lot of good results.
I love not stuff Eddie Gilbert marching and like this. I love it.
Quite a few times.
Who does the best little boy impersonation? 91 Shivani or this ring announcer? Because he drew in a little mustache.
Wow, what would you call that maneuver?
I love that the American Bulldogs have stolen shit from every wrestler in the WWF besides the British Bulldogs.
Flying drop kick, and Simone is stunned. Simone got caught. Surprise completely.
You don't want to be too obvious.
The Bulldogs do tag in and out, stay fresh, and they'll take advantage.
All right.
Many years ago.
All right, maybe not many years ago, but it seems like many years ago. A lot of waters have passed through those bridges. Maybe. Speaking of many years ago, it is a pleasure to be back into the Carolinas.
All right, I'm just going to have to edit that or something. Oh, my gosh.
There's that goal line maneuver, as I refer to it. Spike is in. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
1, 2, 3. That's it, baby.
The American Bulldogs. Byron Richard raising their hand in victory. And that was an excellent maneuver. This is something you would expect.
All right, I'm back on both.
Somebody's
Okay,
trying to
cool.
crack in from an inch out on 4th and goal. And I'll tell you what, they execute that move as well as
I just can't see the
anybody.
chat right now.
And I'll tell you right now, Mr. Lee Ramsey right now is trying to figure out what.
Yeah, I knew the Bulldogs
on the instant replay. Well, you see the of the leg.
eventually did
This match is over, but this
WWF
one
enhancement
belongs
work.
to the American Bulldogs. Don't go away, because we're going to be back in just a couple of seconds with a Tennessee stud. A guy I know you're not too fond of.
Tennessee
He's going to be
stud.
taking
All right,
on
Bob Emory.
This is the North American Wrestling Association.
Match of the evening. To my left, weighing 250 pounds from Raleigh, North Carolina, here is Bob Emory.
Bob Emory. That's a different guy that I was thinking of. Bob Emory, I was thinking of was like heavy
To
fella.
my right, weighing 250 pounds from Tennessee, the Tennessee stud Robert Fuller.
Look at that grin.
Coming from good wrestling blood, Buddy Fuller, his brother Robert Fuller, or Ron Fuller rather.
His
And,
brother
tough guy,
Robert
Ricky, there's no
Fuller,
two ways about it. You know his
also
record.
Rob.
You've seen him wrestle before, and he does come to do some business, and he does that.
Just come to do some business.
You know something, Ted, that's true, that he comes from a family of wrestling. His track record speaks for himself. I can't believe he gets out there and he calls himself the Tennessee Stud.
Yeah, doesn't make sense to
Ricky
me.
Steamboat is
Well, you heard
appalled.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat refer to
Tennessee Dud.
Robert Fuller is
Like the Tennessee Dud.
Into the ropes of the break. Your referee for this match is Sal Corrente. And Fuller,
he's been
Sal
around
Corrente, he was
Yes, he has.
ended up being a
exactly
convention
what to do
promoter
in and
for
out of the ring,
years.
like a classic example of walking in when we were over there and we were just trying to do the opening of the show.
well, you know, the
Robert
psychology
Fuller
behind that, Ricky, may be the fact that he wants to come
gotta
in and get
be
noticed. I mean,
a
let's
certain
face it, once we
type
announced
of
that the tournament
build
was
to
gonna
be a
on in
road
Winston-Salem,
guy.
we have received inquiries from all over the world. The top
I normally would say
professional
Robert
wrestling
Fuller,
across the North American
I don't
Wrestling
think he would be a
Association,
road guy because he's
and they
really
wanna get out here to
tall.
find out when the
But I think he
tournament
makes
is.
it
They wanna be
work.
part of it.
I think Robert
Everybody
Fuller
wants
makes
the
it
scrap.
work.
And Fuller is no stranger to that type of championship competition. He wanted a piece of it, and he knew you have to be seated #1 in that tournament, so he came out here to try to get in your face.
Well, you know something, Ted? I've held some major titles in the course of my career. And Fuller, around the world, has
Fuller.
always been up there somewhere as a contender. But that main championship is always elusive.
Is this the same Bob Emery that was the enhancement guy for Crockett?
Frustration in him when he
Looks like a young, like, handsome muscle boy. And the Bob Emery I'm thinking of was like balding and heavy.
full body slam from Robert Fuller, trying to help his man up. Emery's a little upset. He doesn't want a hand right now. He'd like to get a hand at
Like,
Rod Fuller.
the guy I'm thinking of, Terry Funk, used to
He
make
works
fun
the
of.
referee constantly accusing his opponent.
Maybe
of
I'm
doing
thinking of a
things that the
different
opponent's
guy.
not doing. He's always
That's
looking
Fred
for that
Avery,
psychological
thank you.
advantage.
Okay, Fred
And it
Avery,
works. It
Bob
works in
Emery.
football. You accuse the guy in front of you of
They're all
holding you.
the
Sooner or
same.
later, the ref's going to drop that 10-yard or 15-yard flag.
Well, that's true, or he's going to keep his eye on that guy.
Oh, Robert
Keep
Fuller,
his eye
hell
on
of a
the
wrestler.
Which is basically what Fuller would love to see Sal Corrente do during this match. Ted Webb and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You're watching the best in professional wrestling,
That's
the
not
North
nice.
American
I
Wrestling
like
Association.
Danhausen.
Ron
He's a
Fuller in the
sweet
blue
guy.
trunks, taking on Bob Emery from North Carolina.
Dusty
Tennessee
Loads.
stud.
Dud.
You
Dusty
gotta have a lot of
Loads.
chutzpah to call yourself that.
Yeah, motherfucker, shake my hand now.
Down by Emery,
Shake
and
it.
Emery once again offers him a hand. And there's Fuller telling Corrente that he pulled the trunks. Sal, of course,
That's
having a
dangerous
good,
behavior, by the
vantage
way,
point
pulling
there,
Robert Fuller's
questions
trunks.
Emery about it, and in fact, even goes as far as to warn him.
But you see, the game plan that Fuller's laid out right now is working. He's got the referee all up into Emery's face.
Avery and
One of
Emery
the things
enhancement
about, Mr.
wrestlers
Robert
by
Fuller,
night.
One of the things you have to say is he's a
Detectives
cagey
by
ringer.
day would be a
There's
hell of
another arm
a
drag.
TV
Got him up
show.
for a full body slam. Whoa! Fuller hurt on that one. Wants to go outside of the ring to get a little breather.
Yes, you know something, Ted, is right
Ooh,
here. I
ooh,
just saw
ooh, ooh.
something. You take a wrestler
Come on,
that's been in the
Arsenio.
business for a number of years, and he's going to have a couple of weak spots. He's going to have a couple of old injuries.
I am also I'm not surprised because
That might come back to haunt him.
Looks like that
He
might have been a
was
bonus spot right
That's
hitting
there.
right. A
up
couple
there
of
in
arm drags
years.
and a body slam, and he's grabbing the lower part of
Then he
his
went
back.
to
I see you
WCW.
taking notes. Firing away. That was a close fist.
But also,
Two
even
close
if he
fists
wasn't,
in a
he
row.
just
doubt about it.
facially
Fuller's
looked
got a lot of
older than a
leverage
lot of the
on the front.
guys.
Ooh,
And that
6'5".
mattered. When you're doing
Lot of
TV, that
leverage.
matters
He
as
got those
much
big
as
boots
anything.
into the stomach, and now he's taunting Emery, firing away at the top of the head.
Come on, Sal Corrente.
Open up the hands. Fuller is deaf. I mean, he's completely oblivious to the referee's cautions. Up for another body slam, and woo, you can feel that one all the way up here in the booth.
Oh yeah, Fuller leg lock. I love this hold. One of my favorite submissions.
This could be it. That is it.
Yeah, this is this.
Fuller
The
refuses
NAWA was an attempt to.
You can literally
This is one of those
right off his leg.
wrestling back when it used to be good promotions.
Trying to do that.
Well, I tell you something, Ted. He was like grease lightning getting into that hole.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about that.
Yep, Darby borrowed it from the Fullers. Yeah,
Corrente raising the hand of the Tennessee stud.
it's a hell of a finish.
Fuller winning the match using that coveted Fuller leg
Yeah, imagine if
lock.
Robert Fuller got his dick tied up.
Right now, Rick.
Put it behind
You can see
the
definite
muscle
leverage
on the
advantage
bend of the
Fuller
knee.
has.
You could tear the shit. That's like a calf
A
slicer.
figure four.
I mean, that's a calf slicer there.
Pulling on the tip of the toe right there, and
But
he's
you get
getting
the-
a lot
you get your
more
dick in
leverage
there,
out of
man?
that hold.
Tearing an
No need
ACL.
to continue with that hold. I mean, if you refuse to relinquish it, you can cause severe damage to an athlete's
Yeah,
knee.
there were plenty of wrestling the way it used to be, the way it should be, promotions. Smoking out in the AWF. Shit, Ring of Honor was kind of that way at first.
The North American Heavyweight Championship belt. The champion will be determined in a one-night tournament.
You can tell they spent a lot of money on the belt because the belt's just in every segment.
8 p.m. Come be a part of history. Watch some of these guys fight it out for the championship.
What?
Vince
He
Torelli,
is so nervous.
Chris War Eagle Chavis,
Watch
the Nasty Boys,
some of
Robert
these
Fuller,
guys
Maniac Matt
fight it
Bourne, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. All of them on Saturday night will battle for this heavyweight championship, and I can't.
By the way, this
I can't argue
aired
with Ricky
8
Steamboat. I mean,
days
that's gonna be a
after
treat
this
itself just to watch him wrestle.
show
A
took
very good friend
place.
of mine, and he's doing an excellent
This
job.
show had already
Wrestling
happened.
Association. Of course, he's got to put up with people like Matt Bourne. Matt Bourne, an outsider coming in this area, he wants to get a hold of a belt like this. Just be very.
The belt looks
prestigious
great.
on
It's
his
a
mantle.
great belt.
Of course, Vince Torelli, a youthful guy coming up real now.
Vince Torelli, he's a
Up-and-coming
youthful
star.
guy.
Of course, War Eagle, strong man like that. We've got everybody else.
Yes,
involved.
it is the
Like
same
Nasty
venue
Boys
as
are gonna
several
be
of the
around.
fall brawls.
We've got,
Yeah, if you're
Robert
airing
Fuller.
commercials for the
I
show
mean,
8 days
you can't
after it
think of
happened,
a better group of
nobody's
men
probably going to be
for a
able to
championship
come.
belt of this prestigious quality. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Matt Bourne, Robert Fuller, Tennessee Stud. I can't wait to see that night. That'll be in Winston-Salem at the Joel Coliseum.
Yeah, that's
I'll be
also
there. I
a
hope
problem,
you'll be
is they're running
Being
a
a wrestling
gigantic
expert, what do
building
you
that
think it's
a
gonna take in
new
order to come home
territory
with the gold?
shouldn't be
It's going to
running.
have to keep your mind in what you're doing. You're not going to go out there and keep your mind on everything else, the crowd or anything.
They
You've gotta
thought,
go in there
oh,
with one
we're
focus.
wrestling, just like
And that
wrestling
focus,
used to
of
be
course, is
here.
to win the title.
Of course we can get in there and rowdy it up.
This belt means everything to a professional wrestler. The wrestlers are in there to make money. The only way you're going to make more money is to hold a belt like this. And this belt will bring all the things that a wrestler dreams about in professional wrestling. You want to have the nice cars. You want to have the money. You want to have the security.
Why are you still
to be able to
talking?
give the things to your family that you
This
want
is
to
the
give.
longest
And that's
house show
what a belt
ad in the
provides.
history of pro
Without
wrestling.
the belt, you're just working your way up the ladder. And you don't want to be falling down the ladder. When you get on top, staying on top is what it's all about.
Once again,
That
it's
is
the
how a
battle
ladder
for the
match
North
works.
American Heavyweight Championship, Saturday night, June 30th, 8 p.m. at the Winston-Salem Joel Coliseum. It's going to be a great time. Come out and be a part of the history. There's going to be some great action once again. Vince Torelli, Chris War Eagle Chavis, the Nasty Boys, Maniac Matt Bourne, Ricky the Dragon.
Yeah, we didn't tape
Steamboat,
enough
and I'm
matches,
telling
so
you,
Gene
be
Ligon
there.
just
Get
go
your
out there and
tickets
talk about how to climb a ladder. Alan Kinsey, famous for watching movies and telling you whether or not there's a...
Now making his way to the ring, weighing 235
Hey, Derek
pounds from
Dukes!
Boston, Massachusetts, Derek Starfire
Pretty
Dukes.
sweet.
Heard an awful lot about Derek Starfire Dukes, Ricky, and this will be the first
Went on to
chance
be
we
a,
get to
quote,
see him
pro
in the North
boxer.
American Wrestling Association. Every report I get on this youngster is fantastic.
I've heard very little about him as
Ricky Steamboat, I've never fucking heard of this guy.
Dance. Well, there's no doubt about it. The guy's got a pretty darn good little build on him. You can see that he's
Pretty
spent some
darn
time
good
in the
little
gym.
build on
His
him.
opponent is Alan Kinsey, the referee for this.
This guy's kind of
Fire in the
sexy.
ring.
Yeah, he'd been on AWA TV already, and Ricky Steamboat, I've never heard of this guy.
Kinsey's a pretty tough competitor. We've seen him a couple of times on the NAWA, and I can tell you he can go downtown. He can hold his own in there against anybody. In fact, you see there that
He's giving you a
he
big
will
old
hold
boner.
on
You
with
and
him,
me
he's got to
both.
hold on to stay in the ring with
You
him.
and me
I
both.
noticed he wasn't pulling on the hair.
No, not at all. Nice maneuver
Listen to
on the
those
part of
ropes.
Dukes. Oh, going for that hip lock. We have a stalemate. Look at this maneuver. Whoa!
Wow!
If at first you don't succeed,
Yeah, is he going to take a dive? For those of you that don't know,
takedown. Alan Kinsey a little concerned about
Derek Dukes, most famous for taking a dive as a pro boxer later in life.
Well,
You know something, Teddy? He was just working the arm in about 3 different directions there.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to be part of the Mod Squad. Yes.
Go up underneath, flip him over.
Yeah, the NAWA has some great enhancement guys. These are the, because a lot of the NWA like mid-card guys are the WCW enhancement guys, so they got to go even deeper.
Coming down on the left arm. And there he goes back to that left left arm. That's one of the things I like, Ricky. You can tell if a guy knows what he's doing in the ring when he picks a target, goes after it, and continues working on it.
Chain is only strong as its weakest link, right? You go, there he goes. He's working back in that arm again.
Nice reversal.
Hello to Adam Pacini. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you.
We are just weeks away from the North American Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship Tournament. It has been announced that it will
also,
be
Brian, I did not catch it earlier. Thank you for re-upping that sub,
right
brother.
There will be a full house there for that one, Rick.
You know something, Ted? I've got a lot of good memories around that Winston-Salem, Greensboro area.
And they've got many of fine memories of you, Ricky.
I've had some fantastic
Fine memories of you,
very
Ricky.
memorable moments.
As a matter of fact, we got a nice letter from Bob Wolf from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who watches the program out there, and he said,
I imagine that's a TV syndicator, if I had to guess.
Well, Mr. Wolf, hello back.
Got a lot of fans all over.
Hell yeah, Brian, you are the one.
As well as you do throughout the country.
You're my dude.
Down by Derek Dukes. I tell you, I like what I see of this guy, Ricky. I like
what I see of this cute little boy with his nice little physique.
Fantastic job. That puts you right there in the
I cannot get over he said he had a nice little physique. Nice little build.
Referee asking Kinsey if he gives. Kinsey says no. Kinsey's a tough guy. You're going to have to do more than this to get Kinsey to give.
I don't think he'll submit.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
do you think Ricky Steamboat watched like other wrestling people? Or was he one of those guys that's like, ew, watch wrestling? It's gross. I don't want cuties. Like a lot of wrestlers were back
I'll
then.
tell you something, Ted. You never know what may happen.
Love that arm drag. Always a big fan of that arm drag. Hey, Ghost of Prentice. Thank you for upping that sub, dog. Always appreciate
He
it.
realized he was on the wrong side of the guy. He did a rollover and back-to-back rollover and took him over, flipped him over with the arm that he was working on. Unfortunately, he didn't hold on to it.
You got to finish the maneuver. You got to continue applying the pressure.
There are like 20 people in this building making noise, and then the rest of them are like either not there or falling asleep. But those 20 people are making a lot of noise.
Boy, that'll take care of some loose feelings, won't it? Off the ropes again. This time Dukes didn't buy.
There we go.
Kinsey's on the canvas. Picking him up for a full body slam. No.
Full body slam. What's a half body slam?
It is the power slam. And look at this. He doesn't want to pin him.
He should have been.
No, because he wants to try to do that backdrop again. Oh, hey, super kick. What the fuck?
And eating canvas is Alan Kinsey, rolling him over.
Look at him.
Going for the pin. 2 and 3.
Yeah, you think Mark Gaston will watch this match? He was like, this guy's doing it. He's doing a job and laying down. Oh, I gotta look out for the cameraman. Yes. Okay, I'm looking out for the cameraman now. I gotta see this guy. Curtis Mathis, sponsoring the coolest move we'll see all night.
You know something you'll find out, Ted.
I think this is an evening show.
I
think this was an evening.
Very important. That looked like a Savant style sidekick.
Yeah, Derek Dukes has like resurfaced at some conventions the last few years.
The North American Heavyweight Championship.
Now Paul Jones is looking at that belt like, listen, I chipped in on this. You can tell. Look at those eyes.
Saturday night, June 30th.
Thank you, Ashes. Yes, I was on Botchamania last week. Thank you, Matthew. Shut up, Matthew, my dude.
Wrestlers competing for this prestigious championship.
Plugging off the grid.
Chris War Eagle Chavis.
Showing a clip of the USCW ring falling apart.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. All those.
All right, I will look out for that, Brian. I'm excited now.
Championship, and Paul Jones, I'm speechless about what's about to happen.
You know something?
Why?
I've got goosebumps all over me.
Why are you speechless?
The simple fact
It's a wrestling tournament. They happen often.
Pay money to go to a wrestling match to see a title change hands. But this is exciting because there is going to be a winner. You're coming to wrestling matches to see somebody crowned heavyweight champion of the NAWA.
That's a good point if you're speechless. Why are you talking? How are you talking?
Association. Now, it's going to be an elimination. Single matches. It's not going to be tag matches. It's not going to be interference. If a man wins this belt, it's going to be on his own ability, and that's exciting.
Yeah, because this is wrestling, the way you like it, the way it used to be when you were a kid.
In the back of your mind,
None of these cartoons.
Ricky Steamboat. A lot of people have all
on these bodybuilders.
And I don't blame them because
rock and roll
the man
songs.
has paid the price. He has been champion before, and now he's looking at this belt here as his carrot. And I'll tell you.
I mean, I get what he's saying, like horse chasing a carrot. That's such a weird thing to call a belt, though.
He can be a great champion. He can represent this gold belt
Make
in
it
the way
a
it
carrot.
should. Now, you talk about the nasty boys. I hope they lose. You talk about Matt Bourne. I hope he loses.
Talk about the
War
nasty
Eagle.
boys.
The man may surprise a
Fuck
lot of
them.
people. Fuller, I don't want him as my champion. I don't know about you people, but I tell you one thing, in Winston-Salem, June the 30th,
Paul Jones felt
I'm
old
gonna
in like
be there close to
85.
ringside because I
He
wanna
didn't
be
even
part
wait
of
till
history.
1990 to feel
I
old.
want to see somebody walk out with this gold belt.
Yeah, I don't know the
These
results
wrestlers
of what
are
happened
your
with the belt
wrestlers.
tournament, but I have to think there was a fuck finish.
NAWA. I'm excited.
Quick words of advice going out to those participating.
A lot of prayers and a lot of gut.
This next
Lot of
action
gut.
is tag team action. To my left, weighing 200.
A lot of these enhancement guys got a lot of gut.
Florida, here is David Isley.
David Isley with a custom sweater.
245 pounds from Pontiac, Michigan. Here is
He
Eric
tapped
Cooper.
his bullet.
Their opponents weighing 245 pounds from Venice Beach, California, Colt Steele.
Oh, there we go, Colt Steele.
His partner was
Yeah.
260 pounds from Alex City, Alabama, Randy Collie.
Randy Collie, that's not how you spell his name.
Randy, who had taken off a couple of weeks there because of that bad knee injury.
Also, I'm so used to seeing Randy Collie as Moondog Rex. It's weird seeing him in a singlet. Also, what the fuck does the heel team have to do with each other?
California, sunny California now.
You know, it's a shame when you
Like,
see a guy that was such a great athlete, a college linebacker, and
you don't have to team them up. This isn't like WCW where there's 90 guys on the roster, and they're all fighting for TV time. There's like 8 people in this company.
Venice Beach, California. Into the ring, Eric Cooper against Randy Collie. Collie's a mean one, a rough, tough competitor. He comes from the old school, Ricky.
Yes, he does. I ran into Randy on a few occasions.
Imagine someone on this show saying, "You're old school."
Go downtown.
How fucking old are
There's a
you?
nice elbow. Totally legal, I might add.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ropes goes Randy Collie. Boom!
God, these ropes. We need to get back to miking ropes like this. I know part of it is that they're using real ropes here, I believe.
Eric Cooper.
Hey, Uncle BK.
From the North American Wrestling Association into the ring right now. Colt Steele.
Colt Steele looking like he did not think Mr. Perfect dressed sexy
Look at
enough.
the legs on that man. He's got some powerful legs.
Yes, he does. Very strong competitor. And you know, you got to say,
Those are some smooth. He looks like he's wearing like the Fabulous Moolah pantyhose.
At my place.
David Isley.
You know, like how all the 80s lady wrestlers. I sound like an old perverted man. All the women's wrestlers back in like the 80s would wear like that kind of like flesh colored pantyhose tight looking thing. He looks like he's wearing that.
Isley landed on his shoulder and Ricky.
I'm sorry, Judas Effect. They asked me to be in the box.
If we can get a closer
I'm claustrophobic, but they had to settle for my good friend Donovan.
As much as Bob Orton Jr. does, enjoys giving punishment.
These ropes sound like they would hurt Nick Patrick's hands. They're too dangerous for Nick Patrick. He likes himself a safe, chill girl.
That elbow, working on that arm.
Ramming that knee into that elbow.
Make him hurt.
You hear Collie chanting encouragement. Make him hurt. Make him pay for it. David Isley, a tremendous competitor. We've seen him week in and week out, and I'll tell you what, you can never get enough of this guy.
Hey, Rev Ray.
Dedicated student of the game too, Ricky.
We're watching Colt Steele and Randy Collie against David Isley and some guy whose mullet he slapped. Randy Collie, Moondog Rex, Original Demolition Smash. David Isley, longtime WCW and Crockett enhancement guy. Colt Steele, I don't know a lot about other than he appears to have shaved a poodle and put the fur on his head. And I know nothing about the fourth guy.
Couple of visits for some therapy.
Yeah, how confusing must that be? Working a tag match where you got a cameraman in the corner next to your partner.
They have.
The punishment that a professional wrestler takes, Rick, is something that the fans...
He does kind of look like a smaller Italian stallion.
They see you
Like
in the ring. They don't know about
Sicilian show pony.
match that you can't go to sleep because you're in pain.
That's true. You know, another thing, Ted, our sport is not a seasonal sport.
It's year-round, baby.
That's right. We don't have a time off.
No time offs, no pads. It's skin against skin, bone against bone. And I tell you, you talk about endurance. You ask me, pound for pound, professional wrestlers have to be the best conditioned athletes.
I imagine
basketball players have the entire
he's
off-season
not
to
having
chill out.
fun.
You guys work
Not being able to hide behind like a mask or face paint or goofy looking hair.
You're looking at your booking sheets for 1 month and the opponents that you...
God, I'd have to think of those quotes still low rap.
Grant, you made those commitments. You signed those
Hold
contracts.
still is chicked on up. It's Gallagher
rewards
too.
are fantastic.
Big pop for that one.
There's Collie
Big
going
pop
the
for that
short
one.
distance route, grabbing the hair and immediately grabbing that left arm again of David Isley, which was hurt a few seconds
I'll
ago.
tell you, Isley's making a fight out of it.
The fourth guy whose name I forgot has a trail snail that literally starts here and it like kind of zigzags, but it goes all the way down to heaven.
Of that pressure came down on that shoulder and elbow.
Right.
Dave
Steele,
Butcher.
formerly from Rayford, North Carolina, now making his home in Venice Beach.
Eric Copper, thank you. I'm gonna forget that 30 seconds. Thank you. This is the NAWA out of North Kakalaki.
Those eyes we were talking about, the Manson-like eyes. A man who enjoys going to work every night. Colt Steele.
Is this what Santa did in the off season? Yeah, he put on his pantyhose and his tight onesie, and he teamed with Randy Collie. Randy Collie, you know what Randy Collie looks like now that you said Santa? You know how in the Santa Claus would like Tim Allen would be like mid-transformation? And he would have the beard and the hair would be kind of long, but it would still be like light brown.
If there is a submission.
That's Randy Collie.
I've been out there to LA, San Francisco, San Diego. I've had to deal with those people, but every time I come back to North Carolina, I'm so happy that I finally make my home here.
Referee saw Correntes. It's an arm batter. He's not going to give up. I don't need to worry about it.
You'd have to carpool, a plane pool. Isley breaking loose after the count by referee Sal Corrente. Going back to work on that arm. Oh, forearm. Isley trying to break loose with a second forearm. Collie firing back.
They have no problem just letting an enhancement match. Oh my God, he fell on Randy Collie's.
Cooper into the ring, exchanging balls with Collie. This is something you don't want to do.
What was I going to say?
Because this guy is used to those Pier 6 bras. Nice drop kick.
I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, that was the goal, is for this to be like late 70s crowd. They wanted to just redo that. He looked like he was going to be a Russian, Randy Collie, but the craft store ran all out of those S's. That's a good thing. I think we might have some Curtis Thompson tonight. If not, if you're not here at the beginning, we're doing a second stream tomorrow because I have to be off of here a little bit after 9. Oh my God, it's a power bomb! Someone's been watching their Glamour Girls tapes. Judy Martin's gonna do a running and kick his ass. But because I have to hop off a little bit early tonight, tomorrow we're doing a second stream with more NAWA. So we'll watch 2 episodes here, and then... they have no problem letting an enhancement match just go forever. That's what I was saying. Thank you. Yeah, like that felt like it was 20 minutes. It wasn't. But...
We're going to take a look at the international heavyweight champion Mark Fleming. He'll be in action against
Mark Fleming. Cool. Start time's 8 o'clock tomorrow. 8 o'clock. I want to go right up against Monday Night Raw. Oh, I love this guy already. Hollywood, calls himself Hollywood, despite clearly being from like Winston-Salem. Mark Fleming, whose name was either misspelled here or in the graphic.
Protege of the great Lou Thez, the international heavyweight champion Mark Fleming. And Mark Fleming is a guy who I can assure you will also have his sights set on the...
I'm sorry, there'll be nothing on Monday Night Raw tomorrow as good as literally any of these enhancement guys.
I believe he's from the North.
Yeah, again, if you're just joining us, we're going to go till a little bit after 9 tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be back with a bonus stream on YouTube and Twitch, and then Tuesday, WCW Deep Cuts Live. So 3 nights. 3 nights of me cracking wise.
And you said it wasn't that long ago that you and Youngblood were doing these things, huh?
And then next week's members only stream, I'll maybe be on Monday.
Working with Mark Fleming?
That's right.
Did Mark Fleming work UWF? I do not know, but I would not be surprised. Because he was a legit type guy. Yeah, Luthez' protege, yes.
Just a few minutes ago, and he said he was watching Luthez work out. There's a machine called a seated row in which you sit down, grab a pair of handles. There's a weight stack on the other end, and you do a rowing movement.
David J. Neptune, man, thank you for upping that sub.
Fireman's carry. Nice arm drag.
Nice and deep. Nice and deep. Hang on to it. Good. We're getting back to Luthez, where a couple of the boys in the gym
Mark
were
Fleming
watching.
is like
He had the selectorized pin
if
on 300 pounds.
Tim Thatcher were more classically handsome.
And pull the handles to him with one hand.
Wow.
I'm not saying Tim Thatcher's not sexy.
2 years of age.
Right.
Works out 5 days a week, Ricky.
And then
He's sexy in his own way.
like 10 to 12
Mark
reps with
Fleming's more
300
like
pounds on
a
stack.
romance novel, Timothy
You
Thatcher.
talk to some people and say, yeah, I work out. I go
You
to the gym
mean were you talking about how Luthez used to talk to Tony Khan on AOL Instant Messenger when he was a kid? I have heard that story.
Right now, that Luthez used to be able to break pliers.
I shook hands with him when he was on our show not long ago, and I can assure you that those hands felt like he could break pliers.
Tomorrow, so tonight's gonna be. We started a little after 7:30. We're gonna go till about 9:05ish. Tomorrow will be from 8 to about 9:30. So you're getting an extra hour of Off the Grid this week. Oh shit!
And he did not relinquish the
And then, of course, WCW Deep Cuts Live will be 2 hours.
There's a Luthez hold right there.
That's right, a lot of pressure. Same kind of hold that we saw
So,
earlier.
like,
Fuller do with the
7
leg.
hours of me
On the arm,
over the next
right
72
there on the
hours.
elbow. That is a hold right there, my friend, that you could look at old pictures of professional wrestling and see Luthez applying that hold 40 years ago.
You know something, Ted? It's not a bad
Yeah,
idea
kids, you
to
wanna go look at some
really
old
I do
pictures of
it on
wrestling?
occasion, climb in the ring with some of these old timers and just to learn something that you've forgotten.
Some of the
Yes, this is Tom Green Mania because
kind of maneuvers, and I tell you, they get in there with a guy
I got a weird
and,
schedule
listen,
over the next
They put
week
on
or
a
so.
clinic
So
here.
I gotta.
Some of these
I want to provide you as much
probably
as I can.
forgotten more holds and moves than most of the boys.
And this
around
is
here
all I
will
have.
know.
No doubt about that, my friend. Mark Fleming.
I've seen some holds that sitting here watching you that have brought back to my
Okay,
mind
Mark
some
Fleming
kind
did
of
work for the
forget
UWFI
one
and New
hold.
7
Japan.
years.
It's like
Worked
cornflakes.
until 2006 and released an
No
autobiography.
doubt about it.
Remember it. Remember it.
Collar and elbow.
It was probably called Hey, I Knew Luthez by Mark Fleming. Thank you, Ebenezer.
You know, I think
He's only 63 now.
I think he's giving this young boy a rest.
Probably one of those like
like
jacked old dudes that like, you don't want to fuck with. He tapped out, match
A
over.
lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Landell
He's tapping out, ref.
$1,000 worth of tattoos on both arms, and they're about ready to come off right now. Those tattoos are screaming.
He's tapping out. I know tap outs.
Get it off.
I don't think that leg can bend any more than that, Ted.
And you hear Landell saying, "Get him off of me!" Right?
I don't hate this shit.
Byron Richards saying, "I can't get him off of you."
I find a lot of things funny about it,
No, sir.
but it's perfectly fine wrestling, and this is a perfectly fine match.
Barry.
He's done a couple really
Tommy
cool
Landell.
things in this
I don't know why I
match.
wanted to call him Barry. Tommy Landell from Hollywood, California. In there against the international heavyweight champion, and Landell.
There's probably,
gets him
yeah,
off the
some of
face
these
with an
stretches
elbow,
probably
and the champ
fucking
says,
suck.
"Oh, yeah, you want to play rough?" Cradles him. 1, 2. Landell kicks out. I tell you, this guy's got more moves than X-Lax, my friend.
What?
He is something else.
Is that a fancy way of saying he's the shits?
Byron
No.
Richard calling for the break. Landell trying to take advantage of that. Knows that he's not.
Why
doing
would
well
you say
doing
that
it
about
scientifically.
a wrestling match
Nice
though, that you're
backdrop.
supposed to be putting over?
Whoa! Landell landing right on the small of his back.
I will say Mark Fleming actually
He certainly does.
pins
He knows
people.
better than that.
Got him
He
in a
actually
side
seems
headlock.
to put weight on their shoulders.
Into the ropes. Landell takes a tremendous
What a
shoulder.
shoulder
You
that
can
was.
hear these things from up here. on
Love
booth.
the little skip. Oh, there we go. That's press.
2, 3.
Of course
He hooked
he
the
wins
buttocks
with the
his
best.
leg. Hooked the buttocks with his leg.
Well, he had him up there He came off the ropes real high.
With those big old thighs.
Hold maneuver that was.
Who's that?
Louis Thez.
Louis Thez.
Let's take a look at that one again if we get the opportunity.
We should,
right now.
we should call him Louis Thez.
Well, he's coming off real high, real high. He's way high up in the chest.
The way he did the, like Austin would do the Thez press and just kind of like belly bump the guy. He went straight dick to Pez. Alright, who's coming up next? Vince Torelli and Chris Chavis. Or Dan Grundy.
In the ring at this time, weighing 275 pounds from Greensboro.
Trent Knight, longtime enhancement guy for Crockett, WCW. Dan Grundy. Actually, both of them very much see him. Like when they would leave their families, they would go to the same place to get cigarettes. The way they don't, there's nobody there to hold open the guardrail when these guys walk out. They have to jump over it. Welcome to the jungle. Here's an Italian and his indigenous friend. Gonna lift some weights. Yeah, Ken Shamrock, he both had tremendous genetics and he would bust his ass in. Yes, this is Ken Shamrock and Tatanka, the tag team. Trent Knight does look like an Armstrong. I almost just want to check off Armstrong bingo. Because Trent Knight's like, hey, what if I was just Brad Armstrong? What if that was my wrestling character?
But they're going to do very well. They've got Paul Jones showing the ropes. And there's a man that's been around for sure. And I've had my matches with Paul Jones, both as an opponent and also as a tag team.
Benji, so you can, if you just want to like throw down a buck to help out, you can do that. $4.99 a month gets you the bonus stream once a month. And then there's a $10 tier, but and you can suggest a show to watch on Off the Grid. You can do that. But I kind of feel bad even having that tier there. But yeah, $4.99 a month if you want to watch the bonus streams.
That match didn't go very long either.
No, it certainly didn't.
Yes. This is the one and the same stack wire. Holy shit.
Oh, he's a strong guy. You talk about an amateur.
Everyone in the crowd is excited that Paul Roma just walked out.
You're talking about a guy that was asked to come into camp by the San Diego Chargers. They wanted him into camp. The Dallas Cowboys wanted him into camp. He was a middle linebacker.
I could see, yeah, I could see your points, Spiffy. Yeah, Ken Shamrock.
He made it to the Nationals of the bad man competition.
Like, but I think we had to have a Ken Shamrock come along before shoot style became acceptable in American wrestling. We had to have a first. And it wasn't going to be, wasn't like, the WWF wasn't going to push Taz. Taz got over in ECW. And he got tap outs accepted by like a certain amount. But in the WWF, it had to be a guy that looked like Ken Shamrock. Well, thank you, Ben. What do the baby faces need a manager? Because Paul Jones is putting money into this shit and he wants to be on TV. That's right. And he is sick of managing a bunch of weirdos that Jimmy Valiant is.
You talk about an Indian that's strong. I'd hate to have him on the war.
The Cowboys wanted this guy and they went 1-15 that year.
Getting out of this successfully. Trent Knight teamed up with Dan Grundy from Climax, North Carolina.
Oh my god. Dan Grundy is from Climax, North Carolina. And you know that when he said that to Ted there at ringside, hey, tell him I'm from Climax, North Carolina. You know he was like, get it?
And he's been with a number of.
I just play horny for everybody. I mean, look at these guys. I'd be horny. There's some sexy men in AW.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Big Steeler fan.
I think Trent right now should tag out.
Yeah, I think if he's smart, he would, but I don't see Dan Grundy too anxious to get into the ring.
Well, right now you're trying to take.
Dan Grundy's probably having withdrawals.
Trying to make a good showing out there.
You know, that's important.
Been out in the ring like 5 minutes. He hasn't been able to do anything. Yes, Brian. Okay, great point. Brian just brought up. Why was... This is how you know Vince Russo wasn't as smart as he thinks. How was Val Venus not from Climax, North Carolina?
Other wrestlers in the locker rooms.
I have no idea, Rickster. I have no idea. I have not been paying attention to what's going on in the Hall of Fame. Newfoundland has a dildo town. Yeah, Climax, North Carolina. I learned about that in like 6th grade because of course I did.
The pressure. Trying to hold on to those ropes, but your referee South.
Look at Ken shooting here.
Whoa, scraping the eyes with the lace on those boots. Trying to bring him into his corner.
Intercourse PA would have been another great Val Venus town.
Piece of him when he's worn out. Grundy working on that midsection. And into the turnbuckles goes Vince Torelli. Watch out. There's the
I'm gonna out myself as a dunce. I'm not as up on Pancras as I should be, so I'm probably not a great person to ask how many works he did as opposed to shoots in Pancras. You think if somebody from Wiener, Arizona, or Wiener, Arkansas, married someone from Butte, Montana, would their child be called Butt Stuff? Hey, Grunion. Hey, Grunion, your dad's in the ring. Mr. Grundy. Oh, shit. I saw that Vince Russo, deported Kerry Morton, according to a YouTube thumbnail in Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Bald Knob, West Virginia. That's too subtle for a Russo gimmick. Almost a power slip. Hey, it's talk show host Dean Malenko. This is right after that happened, by the way.
Dean Malenko, we want to welcome you to the North American Wrestling Association.
Ted, it's a privilege and an honor, and I'd like to welcome myself, I guess, to the it's an honor to be asked to come down here and compete with such competition as North America has.
I'd like to welcome myself.
The level has risen greatly over the last couple of months, and we anticipate it to get even thicker now that the tournament has been announced.
You know, Ted, it's been quite some time since I've been back in the States to wrestle.
Why are you naked?
There's a lot of opportunity out there, and there's a lot of competition. There's some great wrestlers, and I hope I can just have a little piece of the pie, that's all.
We're going to be seeing you in action in tag team as well, right?
Yes, you probably will. You know, as most people know, I've been a tag team partner with my brother for quite some time, but I'll tell you, there's a lot of
tag team partner
guys out there,
quite some time, and
famous term, but a lot of single talent that I like
co-host
to
this great chat show
somewhere down the line, get a tag team
that airs in
title
Sarasota, Florida.
We're certainly looking forward to seeing
You guys ever
in
want to check it
action
out?
here on the
Stagwire,
NAWA.
I have a little bit. See, Suncoast Wrestling is actually uploading their own shit on YouTube.
Remember, this guy has always been
So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna hold off a little longer, and then maybe in like 6-8 months we'll watch some of the stuff that's gone on.
in North American Pro Wrestling, and if I can, I'd like to bring out Mr. Wrestling.
It is a pleasure to have you back, Mr. Wrestling.
Thank you very much, Ted and Dean. You know, wrestlers don't just happen. It takes many years.
Wrestlers don't just happen.
When we have a tournament like this, you're bringing the best together. And this young man here, I can tell you, I've watched him from the time he was a youngster, and he's matured.
Yeah, I think I'd like to welcome myself would be a great catchphrase for like a charismatic wrestler.
Out here,
Black Mega Man.
it's fantastic. I'm not coming back, believe me.
Oh, come on.
That. But I appreciate the best. I want to be around it.
Dean Malenko is
And I know the
so
fans will
bored.
too, because this is going to be something that
Why am I
they've
on
seen for a long,
television
long
right
time.
now?
Return to some of the basics.
This is Mr. Wrestling 1.
And some of the people that have kept the tradition going. And it's just a pleasure to be here.
Yes, I'm going to suggest that Scotland to Scotland. I'm also just going to suggest to Scotland that he change his name to Scotland.
Absolutely, absolutely. Things go around in cycles, and I'll tell you, it's coming to the point.
Dean's like, I know plenty of guys on this promotion on cycles. Chris Chavis, Vince Torelli.
Atlantic Wrestling,
North American Wrestling Association. It's a mouthful.
Absolutely.
Mr. Wrestling, thank you very much. Dean Malenko, thank you very much.
Couldn't remember the name of the promotion.
Coming up next week, the Nasty Boys, Cowboy Bob Orton, the American Bulldogs.
Hell yeah, Cowboy Bob Orton next week.
The Maniac returns to the North American Wrestling Association. On behalf of my partner, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who will also
All right,
be
so
here
before
next
we go to
week.
that episode, like I said, I'm back tomorrow for a bonus stream. And then Tuesday, WCW Deep Cuts Live on Twitch only. This is what we're watching. All right, this is the second and final episode for tonight. Again, back tomorrow at 8 p.m. to watch 2 more episodes of the NAWA. Thank you for being with me throughout my schedule, switching around this week. You'll be here till about, according to the timer here, we'll be here till about 9:10. So Green Ligon and our pal Ted with 2 Ds, Ted Webb.
Hello everyone, Ted Webb along with Gene Ligon. And Gene, we have an exciting card planned for the folks tonight. We're going to see Vince Torelli and Dean Malenko teamed up in action.
Do you realize
both of them very quick and
if
very agile.
Kid Shamrock and Dean Malenko teamed up in 1997, how much wrestling nerds would have like cranked it to that match?
They've got the amateur background, they've got everything together.
Johnny Swinger's name would have been Jonathan S. Winger Esquire.
Wrestling Association Tag Team title. We'll be seeing them and a host of others in action. I mean, it's going to be a great evening of wrestling. I can't wait. I can't wait either. Let's get to it. Let's not wait any longer. Let's turn it over to our ring announcer.
Dean Malenko has become a regular off the grid. I'm loving it.
Next action is Australian tag team action.
Always love it when a tag match is called Australian rules.
From Pittsburgh, here's Trent Knight.
Trent Knight's back.
His partner weighing 245 pounds from Jackson, Mississippi, Alan Kinsey.
Alan Kinsey. He's taking a break from writing his sex report. Boothville Man, I believe is how you pronounce that name. Thank you for the follow. I love Dean Malenko coming out to Welcome to the Jungle. Like Slash shredding, and Axel goes, and then Dean Malenko walks out. Trent Knight. If you squint, it's like Dean Malenko against Brad Armstrong. So. Dean Malenko was wearing Val Venus's trunks.
That can go. And into the ring right now in the blue trunks, Trent Knight against Dean Malenko. Collar and elbow and into the ring. Referee
he even kind of locks up like Brad Armstrong.
And Malenko not taking any chances. You saw him cover up, Coach.
Coach.
No doubt about it. Malenko, who was trained by the legendary Carl Gotch and is an offshoot of the Malenko wrestling family. His father, the legend.
He's an offshoot. That's the weirdest way I've ever heard like a child described.
I'll tell you what, this guy wreaked havoc.
I'm gonna start calling Noli my offshoot.
Years ago.
I remember watching Boris myself years and years ago when his son tremendous amateur career like his dad.
No doubt about it. Watch this maneuver.
I love that Dean Malenko just always wrestled that way. He was just always that technically fine. Lance Von Armstrong, that's who Trent is.
A guy that he can go downtown with you, babe. Whatever you want to do, Malenko is up for it. You can go out there.
Dean Malenko can go downtown.
Wrestle. You can go out there and go.
Makes it sound like he's gonna get Trent Knight drunk.
Malenko is ready to go.
Glad to see you, Boothville Man. Thank you. Maybe he is Brad Armstrong. Brad Armstrong bummed out about being the Candyman, and he showed up to this taping and was like, "Hey, can I just wrestle?" If you call me Trent Knight, won't tell you, telling you.
Notice how cool and calm Malenko is, Gene. Malenko knows how to apply all the holds properly. His dad's taught him well. He certainly has. Did you see that maneuver right there?
Thank you, Boothville Man. Appreciate it. I'm doing fine. Hope you're doing well.
The youngest of the Malenko wrestling brothers. Tag is made now with Vince Torelli. I don't think that Trent Knight is aware of the fact that Torelli is in
Vince Torelli, you know who he kind of wrestles like here? Like if Tom Mega Man McGee became good. Yep, Boothville Man, I am on Twitch at least once a week, usually twice. This week I'm on 3 times. Shit, reverse cattle mutilation, that is sick. That is sick. Oh, he's gonna do the regular version. Brian Danielson, eat your dick, Alf.
It's kind of disgusting, isn't it? It is disgusting.
I kind of like this better than Danielson's version.
You know, Gene, I remember not long ago I used to look like that.
Before age
caught up to me. How long ago was it?
Yeah, I don't like the ref shirt. It's
applying the pressure on that arm.
looks like hydrated piss.
In action against Trent Knight a bunch, and I can't help recall but one night when he got
Jeremy
belly to
Boyle,
belly
thank
suplex.
you for the
And I still
follow.
replay that in my mind over and over and over and over again, because it has been quite a few years since I've seen a belly to belly.
This is fun. I like this version of Ken Shamrock.
Perfect.
I ever thought about doing a 24/7 channel, like having people chase me around to win a championship belt?
Great muscular
Or like just
conformation.
running
He's a
shit
guy
on a
that
loop.
Doesn't consider working out a chore. He loves going to the gym.
I should probably do that. But the problem is,
business here. This is
like,
what wrestling's all about. If you don't have the strength and the ability,
like once you get it up and running, it's pretty easy income.
Hammers and nails and stuff. A wrestler
Have to
has
get
his
it up and
body.
running.
Whoa! Thrust to the throat. He caught Torelli coming, and now he's working on that throat again, applying the
choking him.
taking the shortcut. Trent Knight trying to choke the wind right out of him.
This guy's from the Steel City of Pittsburgh, and they play rough down there.
They sure do.
I'm not choking him.
Paul Jones.
This is July 14th,
Kick by
1990.
Trent Knight. Paul Jones. Yeah.
Trent Knight
Yeah, this looks like Ken Shamrock is
He's a
just
tremendous wrestler, but he always
like
goes
at
for shortcuts.
practice.
Yep, and that's a shame. We were talking about Paul Jones discovering Torelli. Paul Jones has got a great
Shit,
eye
I
for
remember
talent.
that, Brian.
And the first thing Paul Jones
You
did
hit
was
me with
bring
that and-
Dean Malenko into town and say,
You
I
hit
want
me
to team
with-
him
you
up
hit
with
me with
Torelli.
the
He
coffee
says, I think I've got a
Bourne gimmick.
combination. He's got so many combinations. Bo Reagan's in the stable. So many
That
people
had to
he
get
could choose
between
to
us.
team up with Torelli.
Well, he remembers going against Boris Malenko himself years and
Yes,
years ago.
sir.
And if he had this
Kristen's
young kid
dad was
has anything of his
horrified.
father in him, a tremendous team we've got here.
That he does, my friend. Oh! Did you
Look
see
at that.
drop kick?
Hell
High in the
yeah.
air. There's a good 6.5 feet in the air to catch that man.
Square in the kisser. Watch this maneuver. Great suplex. Malenko going over to cover.
Anybody besides Gordon
Didn't hook the
Soley
leg,
saying
Gene.
suplex
Carl Gotch
sounds
flinched on that.
fucking
His dad
stupid.
is wretched right now.
No doubt
And I
about
hate
it.
sounding mean, but it's the truth.
I tell
This
you
was
what, he's
taped
roughing
in,
him up,
I
though.
believe, Winston-Salem,
He
North
is definitely
Carolina.
roughing him up. Alan Kinsey is getting all that he wants.
Though, man, this is the
Kinsey
North
trying to
American
fire to the
Wrestling
midsection,
Association.
but this kid's hard as a rock down there.
I see so much of his father in him.
No doubt. He looks like the old man. And got
He does not look like his dad. That is
Did you see
bullshit.
that? Boom!
If any second generation wrestler in history has looked less like his father,
Yes, he did.
okay,
I tell you,
Ray
Kinsey was
Gordy
not
does not
scratching
look
head saying,
like
"What
his
do I
dad
gotta do to get a
at
pin
all.
on this guy?"
But then number
Now
two
he's
is
gotta
Dean
deal with
Malenko.
Torelli. Beautiful.
What a bridge. He's in the ropes.
Kinsey.
Okay, he
Kinsey
saw it.
grabbing that
I
rope,
thought that
and
was
I tell
going
you,
to be the
that's only thing
finish.
that kept that from going to count of 3.
And his shirt
About
ref
to end
was
it right
like,
away.
brother,
That
you got to
3
get
count,
off.
foot down the rope.
Wow. What the? I thought they were going to do like the shield power bomb. Oh my god, he almost killed him with Northern Lights.
Great belly to belly and a bridge.
Okay, okay, that's a good point, Brian. When Crowbar would spoof Gordon Soley, he would. I agree with you.
Victorious over Trent Knight and Alan Kinsey.
I believe it's George Scott's.
I
I believe it's George. Nelson Royal might have been the money guy, but I know George Scott was booking.
Gets him in position. Goes
Good
for
old
the
crotch
salto,
grab,
reverses in the
atomic
air,
drop.
bridges tight. 1, 2, 3 count. Tremendous wrestling.
Boy, that makes Byron Richards' job a whole lot easier. Stick around. We've got a lot
Byron
more coming on the
Richards,
North
baby.
American Wrestling Association.
Coming up next, probably one of the 5 guys you've already seen.
Matt Bourne coming up next in action.
Not bored. Holy, okay, that's the Maniac.
To my left, weighing 230 pounds from Washington, D.C., here is Lynn Wagner.
Lynn Wagner definitely looks like a guy that's got some shit for having a girl's name.
Maniac Matt Bourne. He is escorted by
That is a sweet fucking row.
Matt Bourne.
Also, Matt Bourne and Bob Orton
Stage.
Jr.
I tell you
is
what, he made
a
his presence
dope
known
ass
there
tag
rather
team.
quick. Did you see who he teamed up with?
No, I can see right away. Cowboy.
That
Bob
being
Orton.
said, the
That's
ring
two.
announcer
I don't know
needs
if we
to
wanna
wake
have them on
up.
the same team or not.
Well, I tell
In
you
this
what, Junior,
corner,
sir, one
Maniac
finds his own
Matt
level, right?
Bourne.
Didn't take long for Matt Bourne to know who he wanted his partner to be. And with Baron Samedi wrestling in Japan right now, Bob Orton is looking
Oh,
for
you mean
somebody
Baron
to team up
Samedi
with for that North American tag
quit
team
because you weren't paying him
title.
enough, probably?
Team up with the right man, you can do anything. It doesn't matter exactly who, but sometimes you want to make sure they blend together.
Lynn Wagner, a good competitor out of Washington, D.C. We've seen him in action several times, but I think he's got his hands full right now with the Maniac, and then not to mention Cowboy Bob Orton outside the ring. Wagner firing away, and Maniac says, give it to me. And then he fires away and hits it. He says, I could trade punches with the best of them. There's that chop. Orton clapping. He says, I like it. I like it. Like Orton would say, punish him, punish him.
What a voice.
What a voice. Applying pressure. Nice reversal by Wagner. Maniac reverses it.
Drop toe hold right there. Got a nice arm bar on him right now. Hammerlock.
Like, eventually we got to do like a tournament.
There's no need to do that.
For like
Totally
the
unnecessary.
patron saint of
It
all.
does
Burt
send a
Prentice is
message.
going to be in
Well, it
it.
certainly sends a message, and of course
Bob
it
Orton
would tend to
Jr.
make Wagner lose
Dean
his cool.
Malenko has a
When you
good
lose your
spot
cool,
now.
You lose everything else. This Maniac is a smart
Oh, yeah,
man.
they would
He
be called
knows what he's
Bourne.
doing in there. He knows why
They were
he's
a
doing
team in
it.
2020.
He's one of the best wrestlers I've seen in the professional ranks. A lot of people around here have probably haven't seen him very often. He's been in the Texas area, all over the world. This man can handle anybody.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. He's not scared to get in there with anybody. And
He's a
frankly,
little
I probably
boy.
wouldn't
The ring
either
announcer,
if
little
Bob
boys
Orton,
getting
if I
tired.
said. Applying pressure right now.
Max Thrasher the Bounty. How the fuck did I forget Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter?
Nice and
Yes,
tight.
he's got to have a good spot.
Wagner checking
Probably
out
number
that
1 or
jaw,
number
thinking,
2
should I
speed,
grab the big? No, I
depending on
don't
how you
wanna
see
make any more
Burt
mad than he is
Prentice.
right now. That full force came down on the wrist and elbow.
You can sprain your wrist just like that. It's most uncomfortable laying there on the mat and then have a hold applied to you like that. There's not much you can do.
No, you find yourself very, very vulnerable at that point. You are at the mercy of your opponent, and Lord, I wouldn't want to be at the mercy of any.
We got some competition.
He's picking him up by the hair.
Off
That's
the grid
unnecessary, but
patron
there he is. He
saint
sets him up.
tournament.
Getting him up for a suplex. Double chicken wing suplex.
Colorado.
Right.
I think Colorado Kid's kind of covered under the Burt Prentice umbrella.
Gene Ligon and Ted Webb in the best of the North American Wrestling Association. We would
Love
like to say
that he
hi
has
to
a
Dr.
custom
Bill
ace
Beam,
vest.
the NAWA dentist in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And Mountain Mike,
Dr.
that's a
Beam,
good
we Thank you
one.
for joining in this afternoon, as well as thousands of fans in Charlotte on WBT Channel 3.
That reminds me, we got to watch some more
We certainly
NWE.
would.
That's got to be
Some of the
coming.
chops
We
we've
gotta,
seen out there, he
it's
might
been
be
about a
pulling a
year.
couple or what's left of them.
That's
Gotta
right.
watch some.
These guys do take punishment. They're on the road constantly, and I tell you, they have to
Yeah,
learn how to wrestle.
Randy was
hurt.
probably of the age that he was probably doing
One
shit
thing
like that in
about
art
wrestling,
class.
professional wrestling,
So
is you
maybe
don't get a break.
Randy, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Amateur wrestling, you may have a match on
The bar
Monday, a
on
match
BB.
on Thursday. You got practice.
Hollywood
during the
John
week.
Tatum.
These guys may wrestle
He would have a rough
Sunday
draw
afternoon,
because he
then
hasn't been on as much as
the
other
very next
folks.
night.
And then travel 3, 4,
Yes, a
500
shitty
miles
ring
by
would
car,
definitely have
or
a
take
bracket
plane
spot
across the country to wrestle
in the
again.
patron
And then you
saint
got
of
what's
Off the
called
Grid
jet
tournament.
lag. You're waking up while they're going to sleep.
No doubt about it. You have to learn how to travel, sleep little, and at the same time manage to get your workouts in.
That's right. That's the
Managed
hardest
to
part.
get
I was
your
on the road
workouts
quite a
in,
bit.
brother.
We'd be flying one where you land at 12 o'clock, got a match that night at 6 or 7. You got to find a motel, which you might have a 2-hour drive to get to it.
Yeah, no,
Then you get the workout
everyone
in.
from the
Find a gym in
NWC
that
is
town and go out there
banned.
and get your workout in.
Erotic Eric
And
Fontaine
those
was
guys
not
that
an
don't
off the
make that
grid.
sacrifice are the guys that don't get too far in this business.
They don't
Discovery.
last very long at all. They'll be in a couple years.
He
and that's
was,
Well, there's
when
the
I was
influence of Bob
briefly
Orton Jr. on the
doing
side of the
Oops
ring,
No WCW
occupying the
Deep Cuts
referee
live
for this bout,
streams, we did a
Sal
global.
Correnti.
Sal Correnti, a very professional referee.
Global cannot
Very
be streamed
efficient
on
what he does.
YouTube.
Doesn't take much guts.
No, sir, he doesn't. Sal recently refereed the
Unfortunately,
100th
Erotic Eric Fontaine
championship
not
match, his 100th
eligible.
career championship match.
A
Milestone in his career.
technicality.
Very good referee.
Morgus.
There's the taunting. Get up, Chance the Man.
I mean, Morgus is
Wagner
cool as
saying, "I would
fuck,
if
don't
I
get me
could."
wrong.
Believe me, it's no fun.
But
down here
I
on
would
the
feel
canvas.
weird
Wagner
having two
punching
entrants
away, but
from the
those punches
same
are lacking
show.
authority right now, Gene.
You know?
Matt Bourne just flailing away at him, trying to get him off balance. Probably hit him in the ear if he can to get him off balance.
Nice reversal.
Yeah,
by
Eric
Wagner.
Fontaine
Bourne
is
to
the
rope.
patron
Trying to
saint
get him
of
up into that
my
backdrop,
Twitch
but he didn't,
channel.
and Bourne turns around and plants that big 14 in his face.
I think Lynn saw that coming, tried to avoid it, but a little bit of it got him.
Ooh!
Boom! Look at this.
Hell
finish.
yeah.
Suplex,
Two
bridge,
and-
2, 3, and it's all
He let
over.
go before the
Sal
three.
Correnti calling for the bell. The winner of this match.
Natural Don Callis. Again, I would say he'd be a low seed if he made the tournament
Maniac.
bracket.
Let us take a look at that again on
We've
our
only
slow
had, like,
motion
one Don
instant
Callis
replay.
match.
And Coach, I want you to describe
But
the
that
action
promo
we see.
was
Well, Matt
hilarious.
Bourne just applied the big boot up Lynn
The big
Wagner's head. There he's going for the reverse suplex. He's back. He bridges.
Yeah, I definitely do think the
Gets the arm
USCW
down.
ring
1, 2, 3.
would be an
We got the
entry.
count.
No doubt about it. This
The
match
tournament.
belongs to the Maniac, Matt Bourne. Stick around. We've got more action coming up on the North American
Stay tuned,
Wrestling
more wrestling
Association.
action. We don't even know who these
From
guys are.
Columbus, Georgia, Tom Atlas. Here's
Tom
the
Atlas.
225 pounds from Kodiak Bay, Alaska, J.T. Thomas.
The announcer got his initials wrong. JP Thomas, sweet ass, sweet ass. Jack. Conan 2000, that's a good one. Stephen J. Neptune, man. Conan 2000.
Certainly a
The American Bulldogs accompanied to the ring by the police.
Bulldogs, and boy, they have one goal and one goal only, Gene, and that is to win the North American Wrestling Association Tag Team straps. That's right, these two young men have got the
Oh God, said IWCCW. What was the name of the guy from the South African promotion? The heel. That guy would get us.
Awesome, strong. They are as strong.
I don't know what the song is. It sounds like Killer Tofu from Doug.
I know that Paul Jones said Dean Malenko's the strongest guy.
I love that the apron camera guy is like, fuck, I gotta do this again.
They weigh a little bit more, so the strength's probably going to be a little more.
No, the USCW ring, I already said, would have an entry.
Tom Atlas in the ring right now.
Okay, Dom Minaldi.
Byron Richard, the referee, calls for the break.
It was an early one, but a great one. Yes, Brian, Dom Minaldi, the world's toughest bodyguard.
Up in North and South Carolina and also in the Virginia area.
We have not the British Bulldogs against not Rick Rude.
Joe and her son Bradley. And of course, two gentlemen I know real well, Herbert Halverson and Harvey McSwain. And then, of course, there's Roger Harrison and his lovely daughter Gwen.
I'd like to thank them all for taking time out to say hi.
Dungeon Master's a good entry as well. A lot of these promotions give us one or two real good, like, masks.
The city of Winston-Salem has been
I think one week we just gotta work through.
Wrestling Association Championship Tournament. All right. Be on the lookout for that because that is guaranteed to be a sellout. Get your tickets early.
Now, this is Rick Impolite.
Atlas, a pretty good competitor. And right now,
Fishing Rick Bogner.
Mr. Thomas decides to help him out a little bit.
JP Thomas looks like
That's not under rules, but a very
if John Tatum stopped caring. And think about how far that.
By the way, to disqualify. That's one of the things that they said about Byron Richard in the past. Is he does not tolerate.
That was a very intelligent move by that young man.
He's too ripped to be Jimmy Garvin. Look at that! It's a 5-arm. You know, from not the Dynamite Kid or Davey Boy Smith.
Rex into the ring.
Rickland Coup.
Watch this fluid teamwork. Boom.
Thank you, Asbender. Glad to have you. I'm glad for the kind words. I'm very happy with how everything's growing. Except for my chest hair. It'll never come. The channel's doing it.
Way to lose your neck. Little leapfrog, drop kick, square to the
It is so weird to see the Pitbulls doing like the come on baby drop.
These guys can work. I'll tell you what, they are something else. They are fluid.
They just say that they know how to work.
Tagging out, staying fresh.
Oh shit, what the fuck?
Excellent tag team.
You know, we had the
left leg hospital, right leg morgue? What?
To the Nasty Boys about the American Bulldogs, and this is what Knobs and Sags had to say about them.
American Bulldogs, wake up.
Wait, are they playing that over the PA system? They were playing that promo over the PA system, and the American Bulldogs were like, what the fuck's happening?
Well, sticks and stones may break
Like, they thought they were going to have, like, a shoot run in. Like, you saw a dude on the corner looking around. Oh, shit, he's busted open. That kick got him.
Rex in the ring right now.
As you can see, Thomas got a laceration on the eye.
Yeah, no, that kick nailed him.
Those ropes will tear you.
That was more Mirko Krokop than we thought. I have an echo going on, or was it the echo from the promo?
Caught right underneath the ropes there, Ted. It kind of popped him open. It'll do it every time.
Well, I'll tell you what. And they're going to work in that area right now.
And could you imagine the Nasties signing with WCW? And they're like, so who were you working with before you got here? And they're like, the American Bulldogs. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. The promo did have an echo because they ran it through the PA system in the building for some reason.
A little more double teaming, double slam to the stomach.
Double slam to the stomach. Don't even know how to call a punch. Come on, man. Every time, okay, this guy does not know how to run the ropes, and I'm loving it.
When you get stunned like that, you go into a semi-shock.
Oh my God! Don't kill him! Oh shit! Sit up! Powerbomb, 1990, in North Carolina.
Watch this. Watch this. From the top rope, boom!
Again, stealing from every WWF star except for the guys who they were named after. I love it.
The American Bulldogs with a sensational victory over Tom Atlas and J.P. Thomas. And Atlas is hurt. They're checking him out right now.
Yeah, dude got hard way.
Gene, describe the action.
One of the Pitbulls threw a Malenko Pro Cop high kick. Got him right in the forehead.
And there's a 1, 2, 3. Hook the leg. Good man. This match belongs to the Bulldogs. Don't go away because we got a lot more action coming up on the North American Wrestling Association.
Yeah.
From Macon, Georgia, Rick
There we go.
Wilson.
More Robert Fuller. Oh shit, it's the Renegade!
His opponent weighing
We got the Renegade against Colonel Robert Parker.
Here is the Tennessee stud, Robert
Did something get fucked? Did his dick fall out during the intro? Is that what they had to cut to those kids?
I, for one, all right, maybe
And like I said earlier, Robert Fuller you wouldn't think would be a good road guy because of his build, but he's a good road guy.
I would hope not.
So yeah, we got just Rick Wilson, the Renegade, it's Robert Fuller.
The man who would like nothing more than to
George Scott loved him, a 5'10", muscled up white boy.
Specifically came
It's
into
like
the
every
territory
babyface in
where
this
here's the
promotion.
tournament, the North American Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship Tournament, which is coming to Winston-Salem. Both men
Look at
collar
those
and elbow,
trunks.
testing
Could
each
you
other.
imagine if the
Never
Renegade
two
wore
counts.
trunks
Into
like
the
that?
ropes. The referee Ron Hanna calling for the break.
Zach,
And
yeah,
Fuller, did I
I
see
know.
right? Or, I mean,
I'm still in my
Fuller
own
broke?
gimmick.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong here. What's wrong with this picture? Nice arm drag takedown. Fuller, who comes from a good wrestling
Wait,
family,
were they
the Fuller family.
saying that
Buddy
the
Fuller, Ron
their
Fuller,
monitors are like legit fucked
guy
up?
that's been wrestling since the cradle.
Well, he's got the ability as far as the ability to wrestle.
No doubt about it.
But his attitude.
I have a problem with that kind of an attitude of win
Ravishing
at all
renegade
costs, and
rude.
Not just win at all costs, Jim, because I think everybody wants to win. You know, I think winning is not the most important thing. Wanting to is, you know. But when you get a guy in here
Yeah,
that
pretty much. He went from
specific
the
purpose
Rick
is to
Rude
punish
look to
someone,
the Ultimate
that
Warrior look.
bothers me.
I thought he was gonna give a judo throw to the referee.
And ask him for his
That would have been
comments about
sweet.
the insults that have been flung his way from Robert Fuller.
Robert Fuller, you come over the mountains.
He called him Robert.
Like you should have been wearing your hiking
Robert
boots.
Fuller.
This time when you and I meet, you better be having your wrestling boots on. You're telling everybody that you love to take me down and you love to hurt people.
Robert.
And I'll be ready,
Robert
and I'll be
Fuller.
willing, and I'll be able to be in that
You be
swing.
Willie and I'll be able.
Well, that's certainly,
He called him Willie and he called him Robert.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
You be Willie, I'll be ready.
Ricky the Dragon
Be able.
Steamboat in action last week.
How about you be Ricky and he be Robert?
Ricky that we hadn't seen in a long, long time, Gene.
And then you two can come out wearing bandanas and
No doubt.
mullets.
An excellent man, a very good gentleman. And of course, this man right here,
Robert Fuller in the
worse than
Gordon.
anybody.
Well, he certainly has done that to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He has certainly.
Actually, this sounds like a good match,
I know
Robert
Ricky
Fuller and
well,
Ricky
I know that
Steamboat.
Ricky keeps his cool,
I dig it.
But I saw Ricky lose his temper. And, well, the guy actually came on and interfered in an interview I was conducting with Ricky at the beginning of the show.
Well, I've never understood why anybody wants to intimidate another man by, making him mad. Alabama's coach Bear Bryant would always talk about his ball team like, oh, they're just about.
Wait, did Dave Grundy become the referee for this match?
Praise his opponent.
Rick Wilson has his hand
The
full right
Robert.
now.
Yeah, that's his penis. Robert.
Fuller.
Good-looking young man, Rick Wilson.
Pretty good competitor.
Yes, going for a reverse top wrist lock right there.
Look at that. And there's the shortcut again.
I know he pulled his head.
I saw it. Ron Hanna didn't have the vantage point to catch that, but I'll be honest with you.
How stupid does that make the referee look?
Well, he short and reached behind there. Just
And the
to pat him
commentators
back
are just,
there.
yeah, he pulled his hair.
He couldn't see it plainly, but a referee has got to go by what he exactly sees.
We have just received word
I
from
have
the
to imagine
dressing
Robert
room
Fuller
that,
straddling his
Jeffrey
head
Thomas is gonna
hurt a lot
require 8
worse
stitches
than
as
the
a
boot
result
scrape.
of, the injury sustained in the match against the American Bulldogs.
He just never.
I would
knows
not
when
be
he's
surprised.
89.
I don't actually
Well,
think
I'll
that's
tell you what.
Rick Grundy or whatever, but it looks just like him. But I would not be surprised.
Again, Fuller taking the shortcut, and the referee this time calls for the break.
I don't
Pulled a hair again.
think that's a rat, but I think it's a full-grown hair in his
top of the
tits.
guy. There's that aggressiveness that you talk about all the time, Gene.
But that frustrates your opponent. You pulled his hair. He's mad about that. Now the referee says, make the break. You're breaking you right back on top of him again.
No doubt about it.
And what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Well, you just have to be a little sharper than that when you're taking on a guy like Robert Fuller.
Good sit out. A reverse hammerlock. Tighten down on that thing.
Hot down on that thing?
Rick Wilson looks like he's got a great future in professional wrestling, Gene.
He's using his head right now. Just don't get a little too anxious.
Ted Webb and Gene Ligon, you're watching the best in professional wrestling. The
Jazz
North American
Cats.
Wrestling
Hello.
Association. I'd like to say hi to our friends in North and South Carolina and Virginia that are watching the telecast today.
Some young men up in Shelby also, Neil Condrey. Young lady named
I don't know what letter he just made there, but it definitely wasn't a T for timeout.
A very good job up in Shelby area.
Love the hats on the guys in the front. We got some good, like, Benny and June style hats.
Coming
Be
real
on the
soon.
lookout.
Coming real soon.
You got it. Collar and elbow again into the rope.
Do I think Rick could have done anything in the industry if he wasn't given the Renegade? I don't
And
know.
Rick Wilson right now is
Because the
in
thing
trouble.
is, he, like, right after this, he started doing the Ultimate
Cut it
Warrior
out,
thing
but
on
he
the
didn't want to
indie.
get in between those guys. He's smarter than
As
you are.
Rio, Lord of the Jungle.
Snapmare.
Legal forearm blows, but against
And,
the ropes, you got a 5 count to break.
You got to. That's one
Plus, he was
problem I would have about
he was
getting into the ring
jacked up,
right
but he
now
was
with
like really
long
short.
hair.
And
Great
in his
suplex.
day,
That
was
is
a
one
bad.
problem I would
When
have, right?
being
It
jacked
tells
was
me that
cool,
you give
but
the other guy the advantage a little more
hookers
time to
weren't looking
hold
for
on to,
guys
you
that
know?
would fight.
I don't give him any more advantage than I have to.
No,
believe
sir.
me. I need
Thank
all
you,
the
Jessica.
advantage
My shoulder's doing all
Going into
right
that
for the
Fuller
most
leg
part.
lock. He's got it. He has got it.
Another
This is a
Fuller
big
leg
pull.
lock, 2 of them for the
It
evening.
is. It is all over. The Fuller leg lock is the demise of Rick Wilson. And once again,
Don't like that wording, knowing what happened.
He has refused to relinquish the hold. And that's a dangerous hold, Coach. We're talking about a hold that could result in permanent damage to some people.
That was a fun
The winner of this
match.
match. Let's look at it on instant replay. Describe the action.
Duck under, go behind, figure 4 is the leg, reaches down, grabs the ankle, forward roll, pulls up, pulls on it, the knee is now
That was
being
fun.
hyperextended.
Was not nearly as boring
And
as
there's
some of the
bell.
other
1, 2,
matches.
3, the submission.
This one belongs to the Tennessee
Who's
Star,
coming up?
Robert Fuller. Don't go away. Coming up
Chris
next,
Chavis.
Chris Chavis and Mike Samani.
To my left,
You think a guy whose name was pretty much Mike Soma wouldn't be like the most over guy in the lock? Holy shit!
To my right, weighing 260 pounds from Pembroke, here is Chris Warrior.
That guy is awesome.
He's got on him, and I tell you, we were
I have a new
talking to
favorite
him
in
earlier before
AWA,
the
and it's
program,
Mike
and
Soma.
He's trimmed away about 10 pounds. He was up to 270. He's trimmed down, but he looks more ripped right now.
Guess he's trying to get a little more.
Yeah, we have our
And he's got it.
pervert of the night, and it's Mike
Samani right
Samani.
now applying a side headlock.
I'm a big fan. Brian, you and me both. We are part of the Mike Samani Appreciation Society. I wish he was my uncle, Red Wolf Sam. I was not. I was figuring Mike Samani was going to be another one of these 5'10" white jacked up muscle boys. And then we saw the coolest man ever.
A Native American.
Man about tossed him halfway across the ring. He didn't need to do his tights.
No doubt about it.
Yes, yes. He has to go door to door. Yeah, I just moved it over there. I did.
And it's going to be a dandy.
I peed in public when I was 18, and now I have to tell you that I'm on the registry. I did, all right. I responded to it.
You'll notice that he keeps working on the left shoulder.
I told you I'm going to send it to Scotland. I think it's more up his alley.
And that's the thing you do. You attack one part of the body.
But thank you very much.
Working on it. Weaken him up. Samani right now.
The Carolina Predator! Could you imagine a team of Mike Samani and
Gene, you can look at those ropes right
the
there.
Agent Predator?
That's something you could tear your retina on in a heartbeat.
Sure is. There's nothing but metal with a
Like,
piece of
I can
plastic
tell.
That's about the size of it. That is about the size
That's
of
his
it.
real hair, that's his real mustache. But it somehow looks
You might get this guy
fake.
doing his little war dance. And if you do, it could be a
I've never seen real hair look more phony
by Samani.
in my life.
Samani failing to hook the leg, however, and look at that power.
Well, there's where the bench press power comes in.
Boy, he powered out and had Samani rolling.
I don't know what that was,
Samani
but I
rolled
love
on
that he
4
did
feet, didn't he, Gene?
Sure did.
He's like, I'm just gonna like
Close to 4,
flip
450.
over you.
At least.
Samani only weighs a little over 200 pounds.
That's 2 Samanis he bench presses.
That's right. Winston-Salem, can't wait. Near my home in Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I sent it to Scotland, or I think I sent it to Scotland. If I didn't, I'm gonna check after we get off
Samani's
here.
cagey, though.
And
You look at him right now.
I'm gonna tell him to save it for his Royal Rumble ripoff segment for next year. Because I think that's up his alley.
He sees this, if he's a young kid himself, getting in there against this young man. He sees big power.
Mike Samani looks as sad on the outside as I often am on the inside.
Because you're not going to power over him.
I am a Samaniac,
Warrior's a
Stagwire.
strong guy.
Scotland, he hosts the Pro Wrestling Potluck Thursdays at 9, twitch.tv/Mr. Green Mist. Make sure to tune in Thursday. He's got a big announcement. Fans of my streams. But every January, he does a segment called Royal Rumble Ripoffs, where he plays Royal Rumbles from every other promotion but WWE.
You don't necessarily treat him like an enemy, but you don't treat him like a friend. How do you separate that, Gene Ligon? I mean, I've always tried to.
He's Mr. Green Mist. Twitch.tv/Mr. Green Mist. He's popped up in the chat quite a few times here. I'm often in his chat. Boy named Art. Mr. Green Mist is the username you're looking for on Twitter. I just call him Cousin Scott. We are the K-Fabulous Green Mist. Undefeated and beat Montana.
I mean, we see guys, we hear about a lot of the guys that are.
This guy, when he saw Tatanka pop up in the WWF, he
had 3 knee surgeries myself and
told everybody in town,
a freak type accident. A shoulder surgery.
Hey, I wrestled that guy, and he's going to get me a job with WWF. Fantastic art. Awesome. Yeah, go check out Indiana Powerhouse Wrestling if you want to hear our own wonderful Zach lay down the commentary. Who knows, maybe he'll cut a 4-minute promo about the heavyweight title, like Paul Jones did.
Well, Mike's used to wrestling in the lighter heavyweight division. And here he is wrestling against a man that's much bigger than he is.
How big do you think Mike Semani's prostate?
Little things don't mean a lot, they mean everything, Ted.
You got it. You know, we were talking a little earlier about
Benji,
Bill Beam,
I'm what you call a sad clown.
And Smani must have heard us because he was trying to do a little dental work there on Shavers.
I laugh on the outside because I cry on the inside.
Give him a bigger smile. And I'm telling
Hidden
you, he's playing with
folds.
fire right now. Into the ropes, referee Sal Correnti calling for the break. Uh-oh.
This absolutely is on a VHS tape that Mike Semani still shows me.
He doesn't look himself. No, he doesn't. He is not as mobile as he has been in other matches that we've seen him in.
Of course, dropping the 10 or 15
oh, yes, Zach.
He's lost a lot of his energy.
The IPW events.
From that, right? Little stamina gone. Used to that carrying that extra weight.
Check that
when you
out.
drop that extra weight, sometimes you lose stamina.
Zach, are you going to Squirt Circle Expo in a few weeks? I think I've seen you guys there before walking around.
I expect to see the war dance.
If you are, I will be there.
Semani doesn't quit. You got to hand it to Semani, though.
Semani must have a tremendous cardiovascular conditioning because the muscular condition is just not there, but the cardiovascular is a part of this game.
Looks like a Tom Zink drawing from memory. That's like his next coordinator.
Well, looks like he packs
oh no, Mike Semani's dead. I hate that. But his name was Carmichael Semani. Of course his name was Carmichael. It couldn't just be Mike or Michael. Carmichael.
Another little thing about the
Thank you,
that tried and tried. Yeah, that's what Mike Semani looks like.
Yeah, anybody from here go to Squirt Circle Expo in Indianapolis.
He looks like an airplane
I will be there with my son Nole. I'll be there for most of the day Friday. I might be in and out.
I don't know if he was a stevedore in previous life, but there's that little dance, that War Eagle dance.
I don't know how long I'll be there Saturday. We might just pop in and out. Holy shit, what? Mike Semani had multiple sclerosis. I'm a fucking asshole. Remember a few weeks ago where I was giving some ha-has to that dude, the Beast or whatever, and then I found out, oh, he died 2 days before the stream. And now I'm learning that I've been making fun of a guy who had multiple sclerosis. I'm going to hell when I do. Hey, Dan Reed from Pro Wrestling Eve. I would plug Wrestling Queendom coming up. Their biggest show ever, but they sold out, I believe. They don't have tickets to sell anymore. Alright, Zach, let me know.
Just right, jumps in the air, falls all of his weight onto the chest, caving in all the wind the man might possibly have. Hooks the leg like a good wrestler should. 1, 2, 3.
That is Tatanka, yes, Gorilla Jack.
This one belongs to War Eagle. Don't go away because coming up next, Coach Steele and Randy Collie in action.
How do I always do that? How is it that I get the biggest zings in on the people that are dead and not well? Clarence Sowell, that's a great name. Oh my god, his initials are even MS. Oh no.
His partner weighing 300 pounds from Alex.
Why are these two a regular team? Yeah, sorry, I missed it a second ago. Chris Chavis was to talk. Sorry, I was beating my own ass.
That's right. I can't wait to see the match.
Well, it's going to be a killer, and we'll have it coming your way next week. You will know who the champ is next week.
Oh shit, he wrestled Rick Steiner twice. Oh, I gotta find this. Alright, Mike Smani and Rick Steiner wrestled.
The ring right now against the good-looking guy, Bob Emory. We saw him wrestle before, and this guy can go.
I cannot believe Colt Steele has a singlet in that color. I mean, I do. I can believe.
Help training a little bit. He's got the ability and strength.
Because
laid off for a couple months, but he's back into wrestling again.
No doubt about that.
Look at him.
Of course, Colt Steele says he's from Venice Beach, but we know that's a junk heap outside Sanford, North Carolina.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of disappointed people in the Mid-Atlantic states because he is not only abandoned his home state and his home city, but he is now criticizing them and trying to pick up that California lingo like gnarly and awesome, and that's just not Colt Steele.
Oh, so his gimmick is that he's a phony surfer.
He says it's about 6.
This guy says gnarly. Fuck him. Alright, no one in this match is dead. We can make fun of them. Okay. Not to those kids over in the corner talking some shit. Wait, Colt Steele is dead. Fuck. Is Colt Steele dead?
Squats in the hundreds of pounds.
No doubt about it. He could carry you and
yeah, I know Colt Cabana and Ace Steele are both alive.
If I keep eating like I'm eating, you may not be able to do that.
Might set a record for him.
Might set the record.
Maybe that's where Gene Ligon found him for this promotion. Getting his ass kicked by the Road Warriors. But he went through it, man. Road Warriors, Rick Steiner, Chris Chavis, all the stars kicked his ass. Colt Steele died in 2009. Okay. Hopefully nothing tragic. Like if he had like a spray tanning accident.
Randy Collie just returning from a successful tour of Europe. And boy, I'll tell you what, he picked up a couple of tricks out there. We've seen this before.
Yeah, he picked up a couple of tricks in Europe, like
the tag is made into the ring right now.
Little things
I don't
like
know,
that.
forming a guy in the back.
There's parts of their body to help you apply a hole or injure someone. Little things.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Little things.
You know, we get on Colt Steele from time to time because of being a turncoat, but I tell you what, this is a tough competitor, Gene.
Oh, I don't want to take anything from him.
No, I can't.
Those forearms hurt.
Yes,
Randy Collie passed in 2019. That's right, Randy Collie did pass away. Yes, he was Moondog Rex, or Moondog Pex, as I almost call. Oh my God!
He ran right into a big foot.
The
Look at the smile.
A size 12 put up against a size 6 head.
Hey, what do you want to do for the kickoff or for the cutoff? Oh, I'm gonna have you run at me, put your hands to the side, and then I'll just kick you in the fucking face as hard as possible. Okay, cool.
If you ever look at his eyes, Gene, when he's in the ring,
no knee pads, big old pervert is Colt Steele with those knee bones.
Somebody you can see chill bumps come up and down his arms.
Randy Collie right now.
Okay, I love this. He's making mean wrestler faces.
That's a face only a mother could love.
And she could be jiving.
Love a good mean wrestler face. These are some good facial reactions. Don't call them facials because that sounds perverted.
He's submitted.
Oh my God.
This is it.
Brian.
This is all over. So well.
You have to be fucking lying.
So well right now. Has submitted. And we used to see the old Sheik use
our homeboy Smani wrestled Bo James in a mask versus mask match. And that is his only victory. Bo James.
Look at this one again on our instant replay slow motion camera.
Yeah, that's totally what that was. He was like, I'll stick my foot up. This guy knows what he's doing. And then this guy's like,
camel clutches, we call it in professional wrestling, very tightly.
What do you call it in other sports?
And there's the submission.
Does it have a name in rugby?
1, 2, 3.
Well, I tell you what, we are here right now with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We have with us Chris Chavis Warrior.
Why is Ricky Steamboat in his gear if he didn't wrestle? Same with Derek Dukes. No, don't bring Bo James. I would like to avoid that. We like to tell the truth here.
You know something, Tim, within a week we're going to have
Bo James
a
often
big event with this new company, and it just
just makes me feel real good to be associated.
I love the fanny pack
guys, I'm sure the
neon
boys
singlet
attending the other side
combo
of
with
fence are
the
probably watching
pink
their monitors
baseball
right now,
hat.
and a lot of oohs and ahs and boos. But what it comes down to
Ricky
is
Steamboat
everybody
just straight
within
up
this
picked his
business, they strive
nose.
to become a
Oohs and ahs
champion,
and
to have that championship
boogers.
belt. Football players wear that Super Bowl ring, you know? And in every line
This
of
shit
sport,
right here is
from
pro
the
wrestling.
Olympics all the way down to the pros, if you're involved with
This is the
athletics for your
only
whole
thing
life,
that should get a This
you
Is
strive
Wrestling
for
chant.
one thing in
Are
mind, and
these
that is
three
to be
men
best within the profession
standing.
that you're in. And the next week, one of us are going to be up here with that North American heavyweight champion.
I'd love to see these guys against Jet Set Rodeo.
I know that you would love to wear it. You'd love to wear it, Derek. Your feelings?
Well, thanks a lot, Ted. I would definitely love to wear it, but with great champions like Ricky Steamboat around, of course, he's the #1 seeded guy.
He
So
looks
he's
like
gonna be
the
guy to
MTV
beat,
Beach
and,
House
he's
was the
always been on
guy.
top, always been a champion.
I looked it up the other day. There apparently was a like a remote control episode that they filmed at the MTV Beach House.
Any of those guys want
I
to
haven't
go,
watched
I'm
it.
ready, and I definitely would love to have that belt around my waist.
Starfire, are you ready?
Oh shit, if he was Mr. X, we might have some more Mike
Samini
Samini tomorrow.
I think my goal is just what he did in professional wrestling. Went all over and took care of business. So that's what I'm coming down here for. Come down here and take care of business and make a name of for myself like Ricky did. Now let's tell you what, you guys all took care of business tonight.
WWE would not be they'd be able to sell at WrestleMania if this was the vision.
Feeling as to whether Robert Fuller's going to be the guy that you're going to be towing up.
You know something, Ted? If I
love that the show is ending with just a semicircle of coworkers kind of looking at the ground, trying to waste time before they can clock out.
Fuller, you're going to be in for the worst night of his wrestling career.
This is the main event, yes.
And I have been with many, many different competitors. I have wrestled in a lot of different federations. And every time that I went to an
I don't know if you should be phrasing it, I've been with many different competitors. Bonnie might get
bigger, a little
jealous.
bit stronger. But what it comes down to in this sport is that if you have that I don't give up attitude, nobody can beat you. And that's what the bottom line is. How strong is your heart for this particular business?
I mean, that's why Tony Atlas
And
still
everybody here
wrestles.
that I've talked to in
Doesn't
that
give
locker
up.
room, that's where I'm dressing, has got that positive attitude for that next week big tournament. And like I said, it's probably going to be a gutsy night.
Did AI write this promo for Ricky Steamboat?
Good luck to you, Ricky.
I like positive attitude next week, big tournament.
We want to thank everybody who joined us tonight on behalf of my partner Gene Ligon. We'd
I like shows finishing with promos. This is just a conversation they're
next
having.
week, when we get together, we would have crowned a brand new North American heavyweight wrestling champion. So long, everyone.
Oh wait, shit, this isn't. No, stop. We don't watch the WWF on here. Fuck you. But hey, next week's members only stream. It might be Sunday, it might be Monday. I don't know.
Just glad I made it this far. The one for the Lord. I want to be here. I'm gonna keep on fighting. This is penalty duty shit right here.
Your dad's been behind you the whole way.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that's as of right now, it's Sunday at 8 for YouTube members. It may be Monday at 8 next week. Who knows? But I will be back. Let me click back on that. I will click back on that. Where is it? Tomorrow! Bonus stream, 8 p.m. More NAWA, because we're wrapping up. Wrapping up a bit early tonight. We're gonna watch some more NAWA tomorrow. It'll be fun. So yeah, it's 11:12 p.m. I'm gonna start heading off, but you can do whatever you want. You're an adult. I'm not your mom. Or am I? My name's Tom. This has been Off the Grid. Good night. That's not